when you wanna know what's on the trail. Where do you go? And what will they say? CQ Review. CQ Review. CQ Review. CQ Review.
Welcome to Canadian Quadders Review. Once again, I'm at GVP, Greater Vancouver Power Sports in Langley, BC, Canada. And today we're going to be checking out the 2019 Outlander L450. This is actually a really neat looking quad. I don't mind the color of it either. This unit also has something called a dive control geometry. So basically what that means is it's going to improve your cornering and the vehicle braking as well. It's actually got 9 inches of suspension travel. So that's going to increase your trail comfort and capabilities on rough terrain. And the one thing about the Can-Am suspension is how it travels. When the suspension is working, your wheel is actually traveling up and down straight. It's not going up and down like a butterfly effect, which eliminates what they call scrubbing and better contact with the road and just better feel while you're riding the machine. And that's really a good thing to have. Once you spend some time on this thing, you're going to appreciate that. Usually machines like this from Can-Am will come with a 6 months warranty, and I'm sure you could actually extend that if you wanted to. They seem to be actually quite reliable. I haven't heard of too many issues with Can-Am actually in comparison to others, so one would wonder if you really need to extend the warranty, but the options are there for you. While I'm at it, I'd like to give a shout out to some favorite YouTube channels of mine, and I highly recommend that if you haven't already to check them out. One of them is Cubby ZX, a couple that love ATVing in Ontario. I've had a chance to talk with them a little bit here and there, and they seem like a fantastic couple, and they've grown so big now that their videos are being shown on Shaw TV in Ontario, which is really cool. Congrats, guys. Somebody else is Ostercruiser as well, who's quite well known on the YouTube realm and doing very well. And also a new favorite of mine, Maritimer, who's also from the Atlantic Canada, and been enjoying his stuff a lot. He's got some really good videos about camping and his excursions and stuff like that, so I highly recommend that you check him out as well. So I think it's actually a really cool thing that Can-Am has decided to come into the entry-level market. For the longest time, Can-Am was known as maybe the Cadillac of ATVs. There's lots of really good product out there too from other manufacturers, but what we found was that those that were buying Can-Am had already had a lot of experience riding, and they knew what they were buying. Can-Am has got this experience all of its own, and until you ride one, until you experience one, you won't know really what we're talking about. But because of the Can-Am technology, the Austrian technology that goes behind it, there's just something special about a Can-Am. The ride is incredible. It's got a thrill factor. It's fun to ride and still great quality and so on and so forth. So it was a really cool idea for them to actually start coming into the entry-level market. And this machine is it. It's a streamlined version of a smaller quad, but it's not going to leave you high and dry as far as its performance. It'll still give you a bit of a thrill factor. It's still going to do all the things that you need it to, whether it be working on a farm or going out on the trail with the boys, that kind of thing, ATV camping, take you out fishing. you name it, it'll still do all of that. So this has got 38 horsepower. It's a single cylinder, liquid cooled Rotax 450cc engine. 4-stroke, of course. And I believe it's the only 6-cylinder engine available in an ATV, because I believe the next step up, the 570, is a twin cylinder. It's going to have your independent suspension all around, which is excellent. You can have the adjustable shocks all around. It's going to have disc brakes all around as well. You're looking at a 12-inch aluminum rim and a Carlisle Trail Boss, I believe it's called. 4-ply tire comes with it as well. Thought I'd do a bit of a freehand jobby here. I like the fact that it still comes with solid metal racks in the front. See, the majority of them are going to molded plastic racks. I'm sure there's pros and cons to everything. Probably not all that bad to have one, but I do definitely still prefer the metal one like this one. So it will have your 12-volt power supply. And just some basic keys with this one. So this particular model won't come with the security system with the coded keys. So you're just going to have basic keys with this one. The other really cool thing I've just noticed, it's actually got a spot here to screw in mirrors. You don't have to buy any special clamps or anything, just buy your mirrors and screw them in. That's a bonus. There's the trailer hitch we were talking about. And this should be the storage bin in the back. That's pretty cool. It's a decent amount of space. Put yourself like a tow strap and maybe a first aid kit, and you can even carry your lunch. Very cool. And then here's the front and rear load capacity. The other thing I really like, my quad has done this too, they've actually coated the rear muffler. I think that's great. Saves it from rusting, and it still looks good even though you've been using it for, over a year. It still looks black, it looks nice. I also like the idea that they've gone with the gas tank underneath the seat rather than up here like they used to. What that does is it lowers your center of gravity on the machine, because fluid is quite heavy. So it lowers the center of gravity of the machine, and it helps it to make it more sure-footed, especially on off camber and hill climbs and that kind of stuff. It's good to have. It's got your typical high and low range CVT transmission with park, which is good. And your typical four-wheel drive switch and your throttle. And all your typical switches here, your headlights, your starter button, your kill switch, and your reverse limiter. You can hit that yellow button and keep it in, and that'll give you full speed in reverse in case you're stuck and you need it. And it's got a cool digital display. It's even got your little symbol up there to show you that you're in four-wheel drive. a single cylinder, it still has that Can-Am sound. I love how Can-Am sound. They just sound a deep, throaty type of sound. It sounds aggressive, and yeah, I've always loved it. So it's cool that this sounds very much the same. Although I don't see any markings on this particular machine, the website says they actually come with a Visco locking front diff. Now maybe they're talking about the 570, I'm not sure. But I guess it is possible that this 450 may come with the Visco locking front diff. It's got a standard rear hitch plate, so you can just mount your trailer hitch ball on it, which is kind of cool. And it actually can tow 1,300 pounds or 590 kilograms. Not bad for a little 450. So this little beast will start at approximately $72.99 Canadian. I think this particular model is going to be a little bit more than that because it actually has aluminum wheels on it and a different color than what's being shown on the website here. So I'm assuming it's going to be a little bit more expensive. But they do start at $72.99 Canadian. There's a special right now. There's a $1,200 rebate that Can-Am is offering. If you decide to go for something like this, you might want to check out that offer. So the height of this is 49 inches, 124 centimeters. The length is 83 inches, or 211 centimeters. The width is 46 inches, or 116 centimeters. The wheelbase is 51 inches, or 129.5 centimeters, and the ground clearance is still 10.5 inches, or 26.7 centimeters. So even for an entry-level quad, they still come with 10 inches of ground clearance, which to me I think is reasonable. So an all-around really nice machine. Again, it's going to get the job done around the farm if you need it to. It's going to get you out camping and fishing and just trail riding with the boys, all that kind of stuff. It's a nice machine. Yes, you can get bigger, you can get faster, and it's really dependent on your needs and your wants, I suppose. But again, you're getting a good quality starter machine or a workhorse at a decent price. However, what I would recommend though, if you are looking at something like this, spend a little bit of extra money and get yourself a winch on the front. That's usually about a $500 or more upgrade. And I would also recommend that you upgrade the tires as well. These will get you started. The tires will get you started and you'll be able to ride and do your things. But a 6-ply radial tire makes a huge difference. And it's one of those things, once you've experienced it, you won't want to go back. So maybe if you are buying something like this at the point of sale, maybe spend a little bit extra money at the time and get them swapped over right away. It'll be a good upgrade, trust me. I'm speaking out of experience. I'm not necessarily trying to make more money for this dealership, but it's just something that I have experienced myself, and it made a world of difference, especially the winch. It's a safety feature, and I've used it so many times, even to pull out friends, let alone myself. So for the extra $500-600, it'll be one of those things that when you have to use it, you're not going to miss that money. So if this unit is something that captures your attention, you owe it to yourself to come down to Greater Vancouver Power Sports here in Langley, BC. They're close to the Golden Ears Bridge or the Colossus Movie Theater, or they have a location in Chilliwack just off the freeway. And just come and check it out for yourself. The guys here have a passion for this sport. They're extremely knowledgeable, and they'll be able to set you up with whatever it is that you need. Their financing options are awesome. They can get just about anybody onto just about any machine. So give them a try. Let them know that Canadian Quadders Review sent you. They will take excellent care of you. Once again, guys, I just want to thank you so much to those of you that have subscribed. Thank you for all the positive comments. Totally appreciated. It just lets me know that I'm on the right track. This is something fun for me. It's just a hobby that I picked up, but I have a passion for these things and I thought I would do something extra. So thank you so much for subscribing and your comments and supporting me. It is very much appreciated. And I guess we'll see you on the next video. Tune in next week, and we're going to check out somebody new yet again. I'm at Cascade Motorsports here in Mission, BC, Canada, and I'm doing my very first Kimco ATV. So come again next week, and we're talking Kimco.